Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Charles with CE Snyder Marketing LLC, and I am working on some more stuff. Really got to get the lighting better on this. I'm working on some stuff with the upcoming webinar, which is this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. If you're not signed up for it, you better get signed up because there's going to be some great stuff. We got some guest speakers going to be talking about that over the next couple of days, what they're going to be revealing. They have some special offers. We're running a special deal for the month of November, but only the folks who get on the webinar are going to have access to the special deal. But anyway, I'm working on something else in addition to everything else that we've been doing to just make the presentation a little bit better and to really make our core services better as well. Is of course we're still adding more content to ROI Ninjas University. We're looking at ways we can improve the affiliate program, which ROI Ninja CRM subscribers are able to make referrals and then make recurring monthly income for the life of the referral. So they're able to make, you know, what's the term I'm looking for? They're able to make like passive income. That's what I want to say. My God, they're making passive income, and it's every single month that someone is that they make that referral, they get signed up, they get that money every single month for the lifetime of that customer. So it's a great way to make a little bit of extra money on the side and not have to do a whole lot of extra work. And the lighting is just not agreeing today. Good Lord. Put a little more light on the subject. There we go. It's kind of dreary here today. It's really overcast. I'm not sure what's going on here in South Central Pennsylvania, but it's a typical October day where it's dreary. It's overcast. It's starting to look kind of like winter. And speaking of which, it won't. I mean, it's supposed to get up to like 80 today, but I don't think we're going to have too many more days where we're going to have like 80-degree weather. But I'm sitting here because it's kind of chilly in the house this morning, or actually it's the afternoon now. But back to the presentation and the webinar coming up on Wednesday. Actually, what kind of got me thinking about what I've been working on today is I had a meeting yesterday with a gentleman who was looking for some additional information, wanted to better understand what ROI Ninja's CRM and Missed Call Text Back is all about and how it can benefit his business. And I wanted to try and keep it to like some of the core principles that I talk about in the webinar, because really like the platform, there's like 600 some benefits and features from this platform that, I mean, you can easily get like really lost and confused with all the stuff you can do with the software, the platform, that it's kind of overwhelming for someone that's never actually dealt with it before. So one of the things that got me thinking about this was I need to create something that kind of walks people through the basics of what the CRM is all about, the four main pillars, and Missed Call Text Back. So it got me thinking about that. I have, let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. I actually have one basic ebook that I've already created. It's more like a pamphlet that I created for the Chamber of Commerce to like a basic handout, if you will, for the membership so they can understand the basics of what the webinar is actually about. And if they want me to like speak at any of their events or whatever. But I did create that. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick without taking a whole bunch of time for this. I mean, it is Saturday. But here we go. There's the brochure. All right, so I already created this here. I created this for like the chambers, BNI, stuff like that. It's just a real quick and dirty 3-pager. That's all it is. That just kind of gives like the real basic brief overview of everything that ROI Ninja CRM and Miss Call Tech Back does. So there's that. And then I was like, well, I need something that goes into a little more detail that actually talks about how it's transformational for the small business owner. And that's what I started working on. Now, whether or not I'm actually going to have this done in time for the webinar Wednesday, I'm going to try, but I got the cover and the one page done. So I'm figuring it's going to be, I don't know, half a dozen pages or so. I don't want it to be like real long, but I do want it to kind of demonstrate what the difference is between small business owners that automate some of these processes on the back end. They're freeing up their time, that they're not spending, 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day doing some of this stuff on the back end that they need to do to keep the leads coming in so that they can have the sales meetings, so they do get the jobs, or they get, depending on the industry that you're in, like I work with a lot of construction folks, plumbers, electricians, roofers, you name it. When they're out doing siding or a roof, or, they're fixing, someone doesn't have heat or something like that, they can't answer the phone. But that's how they get paid, is actually going out and doing these kind of jobs. So really, this is kind of putting this in the perspective of, hey, we get it. You can't always answer the phone when you're out doing fulfillment, when you're doing stuff that actually pays the bills. The profit producing activities is that's where the money's at for everyone. But you also have to be able to, as I've discussed before in some of these videos and in the webinars, is when you're in a customer meeting, when you're underneath their vehicle working on it, or you're up on a roof, or you got your hands in an electrical panel, you don't have time to stop and answer the phone every time it rings. But on the same token, the person that's calling you, if you're a plumber and their shitter's overflowing, they're not going to wait a day or 3. I believe the latest Harvard study shows that small businesses take up to 72 hours to get back to people. People are not waiting 72 freaking hours for people to get back to them. They're not waiting 72 minutes for someone to call them back. They're going down through a list, and they're going to keep going until they actually speak to a human. And a lot of the small business owners I talk to don't seem to understand that, or they're not aware of it. And if they don't answer their phone, that's a missed opportunity. That's missed money. They're leaving money on the table for someone else to grab out from underneath their nose. That's money off the table for your family. That's money out of the hand of your employees. If you have people working for you or whatever, people who are depending on you, your family, your kids, your spouse, all that, they're depending on you to provide for them. And every time you miss a phone call, that's a missed opportunity to provide. And a lot of the folks that I've talked to, they never really thought of it in that way. They haven't like really extrapolated upon that. And that's why, like, some of the things that I've really been working on is addressing those, that unseen, that those unthought of contingencies with business, because they never really thought about like the dollar value that's attached to that, to missing a phone call, which is why, when this, the CRM plus missed call text back website that I've been working on, I'm putting a calculator on there, and I'm going to need to create a video for it as well. But this is just to show small business owners the money that they're leaving on the table, how much potential business that they're getting that they're missing every single month. So, for example, we'll say, I've used this example before. Like if someone goes to a garage to get their vehicle inspected, they got to have emissions done and they want to get an oil change. We'll say ballpark, it's about $150. Some places more, some places less, but we'll say $150. And we'll say that mechanic misses at least an average of 10 calls a day. And that, I don't know, we'll say 40% of the people that he talks to, when he does talk to them, end up coming into his garage and he makes money off of them. So we'll say 40%. And most mechanics have never thought about this, but they're losing over 18 grand a month on average if they don't answer, if they miss 10 calls a day. 18 grand. What would 18 grand do for your business every single month? And this is the thing I'm talking about, that a lot of people don't think about this. They haven't thought about this in this way, that and how the automation, how ROI Ninja CRM and the missed call text back helps you to recapture some of those lost opportunities to make more sales, to make more money, to make them, an extra $17,000, $18,000 a month. And that's like over a $5,000 return on, or a 5,000% return on investment. That's like saying, you can go to a bank and put $1 in and get $5,000 back. There ain't no bank in the world where you can do that. But if you're not missing phone calls, for a mechanic that does that on average $150 a month for doing an inspection and emissions and an oil change, they miss 10 calls a day over the course of a month. They're missing out on over $18,000 worth of business. Think about that. Get signed up for the webinar. Come find out how much money you're missing with your business, because I'm going to run people through this. I'm going to run it through for as many different industries and stuff that folks are in when we're doing the Q&A, and I'm going to demonstrate for as many people as I can on these calls how much money that they're actually leaving on the table by not automating some of this stuff with that we can with ROI Ninja CRM and missed call text back. So I'll have the link down in the description. If you're not signed up for this, you need to get signed up. If you want to take advantage of some of the special deals that we have coming up that are going to be exclusive just for people who attend the webinar, you might want to get signed up. If you want to take advantage of the special deals that the guest speakers are going to be talking about that are going to help out small business owners, you're only going to get it if you show up for the webinar. So get signed up for the webinar. I'm out of here. Take care. Keep pushing forward. And tomorrow, the next weekly kicks will be coming out. So if you're not signed up for that, you might want to get signed up for that as well. But I'm out.